Oh, hey, it's Monday. Welcome to the Monday Midsole. Today we have a special guest, co-owner of Footage Society, Nicole, aka Rican Power Girl, is in the building. We're going to talk about Nike paying athletes, and what? Another breach at StockX? And then we're going to talk about the top 5 wrestlers of all time. All this and more coming up on the Midsole, and it starts right now.
You're now tuned into the Monday Midsole with your hosts, Molly Moore, Carlos and Jays, Unbox and Buckeye City Soul. Let's go!
Yo, it's Monday and welcome to the Monday Midsole. I am your co-host, Buckeye City Soul, aka Kev. We got a great show planned for you today. We are without Ma. He had a sudden thing come up, so it's just gonna be the 4 of us. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it up to the old man. He's kind of diagonal. He's that way. There you go.
No, I'm this way. What's good? It's Polos and Jays,
Man,
aka OG.
everybody
Jay Walker.
sees what I see. Okay.
Don't be interrupting my damn intro. Damn it. Work hard to write these intros. Anyway, excited to be here. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to the nutty professor that's above me on my screen.
Above you. Can we get rid of him, just period? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mo. Mike. Ooh, pause. I don't want that.
Yeah, no.
And
I wouldn't let it breathe.
once again, we're here on a hey, y'all. Another Monday. And as you can see, we have a special guest this weekend. So we are going to kick it over to our guest and let her introduce herself before we get into the interview.
Hi, everyone. This is Nicole, Rican Power Girl, co-owner of Footage Society.
Oh, short and brief.
That was really short, right?
I thought you were about
something elaborate here.
Okay, yeah, we threw you the platform, short and brief. I got you. Okay. All right. So, I tell you what, why don't you tell? Well, we can go into the question afterwards. So,
okay,
let's kick it off. What first got you into collecting shoes or sneakers?
Oh, we starting now?
We getting into it, girl. 9 o'clock. We on the clock. Let's go.
I've always been into kicks. Growing up in New York City, that's kind of like a common thing out there. Not as common out here now. It's starting to kind of pick up, but I grew up with my brother. I was a little tomboy, so that's kind of what got me into it. And then I stopped for a while, and then I started again once, maybe about 10 years ago.
Okay, nice. What you got a stack of shoes behind you? So
these are all empty boxes.
Oh, so you got a stunt. Don't tell nobody that. Shoot, I mean, you got to flex with the camera.
Figure out what we're gonna do with these boxes since we transferred over to the container.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. So of that pile, is there one in particular that is what's your favorite? What's your favorite shoe?
What? For some reason, that question is like really, and everybody's like, really, Nicole, you should know what your favorite shoe is. My favorite shoe basically changes. So I don't have that one shoe. Now, what got me into the sneakers? Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Which I just got a pair of those gifted. Was the Hirachi, the trainers. That's what really got me into the kicks.
Okay.
But like this month, my favorite shoe is the Carmines.
This month.
And I'm starting to really pick up on my DBs. That's another.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get more of those to kind of close out that collection in a sense.
Okay. So I think I saw recently. Didn't you post a picture of the 95s? DB95s or no?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you have and what are you missing?
Oh man. Jeez, I wish I was in the other closet room. So I could pull them out.
Lord, see, you set up shop in the wrong spot.
Yeah, no, I know. No, the reception wasn't good over there, so I had to transfer over here.
Oh, okay.
I can't. Let's come back. I got to figure out what it is that I do have and what it is that I do want.
Let's make it a little easier. What is the next DB you're trying to get?
The next one that I'm trying to get is actually the Zooms. The off-whites.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, wait, hold on.
What? Which ones, Brian? Which ones are the other ones the pink ones?
I said DBs.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
What's the next DB you trying to pick up?
The 2s.
Okay.
Those are the ones, but they're pretty expensive for my. I have a budget. So
yeah. Don't we all? You see how that works?
You got a budget, Mo?
I have a budget.
Okay.
Shit.
I didn't say I always stick to it, but I have a budget. So let's jump into the store. Let's start with how did Footage Society come about? How did that begin?
So Footage Society, my son started trading to basically get a better, he had a limit. So I wasn't spending a whole bunch of money. So he started trading in, and that's kind of how I discovered that the whole resale aspect of the sneaker game. And so I kind of was encouraging him to start it. And then probably a year later, we decided to just go ahead and open the shop. And then we had a friend also that also was into kicks and into collecting and things of that nature. And then from there, it just evolved. We came up with the idea, let's say, I want to say in July, the end of July, and we opened the store in October.
July of what year?
2015.
Okay. So July to October?
It was a quick process. We kind of came up with the name at that point. We came out with how many sneakers we should have in the inventory.
Okay.
The logo, everything, and the location in just a few months.
So let me ask you this, because there are a lot of people out there who may be trying to open up, brick and mortars like yourself, or just businesses in general. That is a very aggressive turnaround. So I guess the question becomes, how is it that you were able to go from idea in July to an actual facility in such a short amount of time?
Financially?
Just overall, whatever you're open to share, because that's a lot of people would like to know that, I'm sure.
Yeah. For us, it was more, we just took money from our savings. We decided how many pairs we wanted. The shop that we moved into, which you've been there, Mo, wasn't a big shop. So it wasn't anything that we felt like we needed, $50,000 to open up the shop.
Okay.
The key for us was just to have enough shoes where we really started more with Jordans, and then we flirted with some other ones, some other brands like some foams, us being a DMV area, and some runners. But mostly we started with Jordans, and I don't know how we did it, to be honest with you. Like for real, like when we moved, even when we relocated to the bigger location, I didn't realize how much work we did. And we opened a shop while still working full-time jobs. So it was a true, now I can say it, I was teleworking from the shop all the time, right? Since I don't work for the government.
Telework, right. Yeah.
And then once my son got older, he was able to work the shop after school. And then he became a senior in school, and so he would get out, 11 o'clock or whatever. But for us, it's more the concept, what concept it is that we wanted to, what did we want the store to, the audience that we wanted to speak to and reach. But once you kind of open the store, once we had that in our niche, it just kind of blossomed from there.
How did you, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
How did you accumulate your inventory for the opening of the store?
We went to a lot of like local not sneaker con, but sneaker conventions. We did the whole offer up and things of that. We was going, we was meeting a lot of people in the parking lots. So we did that for a while, which that was just, I wouldn't recommend that approach.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were going into some hoods too. And then we traveled. Before we opened the shop, that's another key thing. Before we opened the shop, we probably visited about 50 stores. West Coast, down south, local, and then from there we decided what we liked about the shops and what we didn't like about the shops.
Okay.
And we then incorporated that into ours.
Okay.
So, like for instance, now it's a little bit different, but before we noticed that when people were selling their shoes, they would do it on the actual sales floor, and a lot of the times they would do it in a display case where there were shoes that you want to see, but you can't get close up because it was there, because they was doing the negotiation. So at the old shop, we had an actual separate room for negotiation, for for buying and trading.
Didn't know that.
So it wasn't on the sales floor. We tried to bring that over to the new shop, but the way the setup is a little bit difficult. But we'll see if a lot of people like that approach because it felt a little bit more private. They were relaxed. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't even know that. That's a good concept. I like that. What so let me ask you this then. So for individuals who may be looking to start up a brick and mortar such as Footage Society, what's some advice that you could give to someone looking to try and get into that arena?
I would definitely say have your own niche. That to me is number one. Knowing, that one for me is the biggest, because what happens is a lot of people feel like opening a shop is an easy process. You're just sitting there, you're waiting for people to come in so that you can sell or buy. And that's not the case. There's so much administrative work that goes in the back end that people don't see. That would be one. I would say starting your social media vehicles, starting that up as soon as possible. Once you know, at least have the name and the logo going. So with us, we didn't do that till the very end, probably like the day before we opened.
Oh wow!
Which if you think about it, we opened up it was like 3 or 4 months anyway.
Well, right.
So it's not like it would have given us that much.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, if you have more time, definitely do that. And for us, none of us worked ever in retail.
Oh, so what? Wow.
Yeah. So I would definitely say, learn the retail, world, as far as setup for your floor plan, as far as your customer service, things of that nature. So, I mean, there's so many advice that I could give, but if anybody is ever interested, you could definitely hit me up on my personal IG, the Rican Power Girl.
Do you think that not having that retail knowledge up front kind of hindered the business to start versus now?
It did. It did, definitely. It did.
Okay. But you're doing good now. That's for sure.
Well, we're about to hit 4 years, and it's still a learning process. I mean, when we first started and I know this is not about just Nicole, so cut me off. I'm fine with you just cutting me off whenever.
No, you're good. Don't worry, I will. You're good. Go ahead, Nicole. You got the floor.
When we first started, there was probably 2 shops within 30-mile ratio. Definitely also have a business plan. That's another thing.
I was going to ask you that. So
yeah, definitely have a business plan. And a business plan does not have to be 30 pages long.
Nope.
You know what I mean? But at least have that structure there.
Mm-hmm.
But when we first started, we had 2 other retails that was 30 miles away. After the 2 years, we probably had about 5.
Oh.
And then they were closer, so actually this year, we have a shop that is about 10 miles away from us.
10 miles away.
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people they have the whole, McDonald's and Burger King are right across the street from each other, and and that works. And I'm like, we not franchise.
Right, yeah.
We don't have the marketing, the signage, the money to do all of those things that franchises have.
Right.
So, so that's another funky thing where it's like, there's enough space, everybody's spread out. I'm very territorial when it comes to people like Nicole. Don't get so emotional about it, but I'm like, no, you know, like find another area to go to. You know,
they 10 miles away. Listen,
Right.
if you got good customer service, good prices, your people will stay with you. I mean, competition. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition, but you know, at the end of the day, it's about the service that's going to keep your customers loyal to you. So stop worrying.
It is, but you also have to think about those people that are just being introduced to the resale market, and then they see a shop that I feel like is not up to par. And then they have that first impression of what resells, you know, like, oh, the sneakers are dirty, you know, blah. It's more like a thrift store. So yeah, it's cool if it's a hot shop, but then if it's not that beneficial, you know? It can actually hurt the game.
That's true. I can see that. So
$3.99,
Jesus. Marcus, we should have never told him we could hear him.
I know.
I knew y'all could hear me, but I mean, I knew y'all couldn't hear the affect, but I knew that they could hear it.
Oh, okay. So maybe you've been doing this all along. We just ain't know it.
You gonna watch the show?
No. I know they can hear it. I didn't. No.
All right, man.
I'm trying to see if anybody in the chat, if y'all got any questions for Nicole, go ahead and put them in the chat.
Throw some questions up.
Get those out there. I got a question though.
I don't care about your question. I'm not done.
Come on, man.
I'm
Get on the
not.
party.
I thought it was a 5-question minimum.
No,
ain't no minimums around here.
I'm gonna let him go. Go ahead, Marcus.
I just my question is, I mean, it kind of just to piggyback off what Mo said. What is your ultimate goal? I mean, where do you want to be? Let's say 5-10 years from now. What do you want to be with your business?
That's a good question. So, after like the second year of us having the shop, I was like, oh shit, this is actually a business, you know? Because for us, it was more of a hobby, you know? So right now we actually added cleaning. We've been cleaning, but it has been more in the back. You can't really see it. And you know, by the time you get to our shop, look, we have buy, sell, trade. We do pre-orders. We do layaway.
Listen to her. Just listen. Keep going, because this is what I'm gonna get on you about. Go ahead.
We ain't know none of this.
Exactly.
I need to lay away.
Go ahead, Nicole. Keep going, because I'm gonna get you.
We do personal shopping, and then in addition to that, we have cleaning. So by the time a client comes in and you tell them about all those services, they're like, you know, they probably listen to the first 3. So at this new location, we actually have the cleaning bar on the actual sales floor. And that has boomed for us.
Yes.
Of course, I do all the cleaning, right? So the shit is good.
Make sure this is right.
Right.
But so I'm thinking, you know, do we want to expand and open up additional shops where maybe each of the owners will run that one shop? The same for the society concept. So we thought about that. Then I kind of also thought about franchising portions of the business. So there's that too. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm trying to get to the end of this new location, maybe give it another 6 months to a year for us to really settle in, because it's much bigger. It's double the space that we had before. And then from there, see where it is that I want to go next.
Hey, you guys see Big Boy's question?
Where's he at? Okay, I'll go ahead and hold on, Big Boy. I'm gonna ask you that. So
I can't see the chat. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna ask you the question. I'll make sure it's.
So hi everyone.
Lord, but listen. But here's the thing, and I got on you about this before. Listen to the services that you just threw out there that you have that a lot of other people, A, they either don't offer them in store, or B, people didn't know you had it. Like I didn't know you had layaway. But then you're cleaning, like you've cleaned 2 pairs of shoes for me, and I've seen some of your pictures, and I was like, Nicole, why aren't you posting that you clean? You know, and it's just like it's an inexpensive service that, based on the quality, it's worth it. You know, you did a killer job, and it's one of those where it's just like push it all. You know, make sure people know all this about, your business. And, I mean, you got people like me who are here to help. I want to see you grow just like any other business owner, honest business owner. But yeah, I said you need to push on.
Right. And I have a few people on my team. And when I say my team, I mean, the sneaker community that I converse with all the time, like yourself, Berto. I have OG that I talk to all the time as well. And yeah, and everybody says like, Nicole, you need to post more. You need to post more. And one of the things for me that was different, that was hard into the business was even going to the sneaker socials. I never felt like I wanted to go into hey, and I'm also a co-owner at Footage Society. Come shop at the shop. For me, it's also So I've been learning and I've been growing in that area where I have to get out more, or even with the page, being able to say, hey, this is what we do, and constantly posting, and not feel funny about it. Like, oh, I don't, because I clean your shoes, but I felt like there wasn't a dramatic, your shoes were already in pretty good condition. Like I got shoes. I don't know if you guys saw, somebody had egged someone's shoes, so they brought the shoes over. There was Concours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Eat them. So, yeah. So that one I'm gonna be posting up, and so yeah, I'm trying to get better with the social media. It is a struggle for me at times, but I'm getting better.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Big Boy's question. He said, "How do platforms like GOAT and StockX influence your business, if they influence it at all?"
Well, it's funny because before that it was Flight Club, right? So people come to the shop.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
People will come to the shop and they'll be like, "Oh, well, I see this being sold." Like if they're selling something, well, I see, Flight Club has it for, 2,000, and I'm like, well, then go to Flight Club. We're not Flight Club, right?
Right.
So before it was shops like that. It has impacted the business, but I think that for our customers, they enjoy coming in, looking at the product, seeing the product, touching it, coming in and sitting down on the couch and having conversations with us. For some of our clients, they stay there, and I say clients, but I mean the sneaker family, they come in and sit there for an hour, 2 hours, just chatting it up.
Right.
So you can't really get that experience on there,
Right.
Online, a lot of things are going online, There's a lot of businesses are transferring online, and that's the tough part of the business. And that's when you actually have to have more services to survive.
Right. I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they provide a product, but they don't really provide that service. And I see them as resellers too. A lot of people's like, oh, well, a reseller, they're charging me this amount, so I went to StockX and got it. And I'm like, they're doing the same shit.
Right. Exactly.
It's just a different, they don't supposedly have the shoes in stock, right? But
like 2 days later, you get the shoe like, hey.
Like, oh, that was interesting.
I got one last question for you, and then I'm gonna get you off the hot seat. And here's where I would probably struggle. So as a business owner in an industry where you're passionate, how do you separate the business aspect from your passionate shoes? Because I'm sure you got shoes coming in there all the time, and I know me, if it's something that I like, it would be real tough to be like, oh yeah, let me sell this, versus, oh yeah, 11 and a half, I'm a hold on to this. So how do you separate the two, and yeah, how do you separate the two?
So the first year there was no size 5.5s in the shop.
So by default, gotcha. Okay, next question.
But we actually pay for our shoes. We don't buy our shoes. We don't use the store money for the shoes. So whatever I get for myself, I pay out of my own pocket. So I pay the value of what we purchased it for. Not the actual, the amount that we would sell it for.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we all pay for our shoes out of our own pocket. So you know, if I don't have the funds for it, or if I don't want to, you know, get it, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And now I actually sometimes put the shoe out and see if it sells. And if it's a shoe that I really, really want, I'll put the shoe out. And if it doesn't sell, let's say in a month, then I'll buy it.
Oh, really?
You know what discipline to me? That's like it being a back underneath everything.
I had that at the house for a couple months.
Yeah, let me just put it on this shelf. I'm not gonna wear it.
It's like what?
So yeah, I mean we pay for all our shoes. So and that's another thing. Definitely, if you're gonna partner up with anyone starting a business,
right,
you definitely have to make sure that you got a really good relationship, because if not, that shit will end.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely agree. All right, do you guys have any more questions?
I'm good. You guys took care of everything.
Okay.
Anybody else in the chat? If not, we can get into what's up next. All right, we're gonna go into what's in the box.
Because I am a normal life. It seems that envy is my sin. Oh, what's in the box?
What's in the box? Sponsored by the Container Store. This is where we talk about some of our most recent pickups, and then Marcus goes ahead and sees if he can tell you guys what's coming up next. So, does anybody have anything that they would like to share?
Ladies first, Marcus. I mean, Nicole. What you got, Nicole? You got anything you picked up this week?
So I don't have anything that I picked. I don't do weekly, but I do have what I picked up the last few weeks. I can show you some of that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
So one of the chicks on IG, she was selling her whole collection. So I was able to pick these up.
I love the scribble. Damn. You and Jody, I seen with.
Yeah. So I wore them the other day.
Thanks for rubbing that in.
I had a client that came in, and then I got these subscriptions. These are super clean.
Was it a Dunks? Was it a SB or a Dunks collection that she was selling? Okay. Okay.
Have you seen
nice.
it? No? Can you see?
Yeah.
We can see.
Yep.
So I got those. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these, but I was able to land both of them.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I laughed. I'm like, Marcus, don't you want to?
I know. That's the reason why I pulled these out first, because I know he mentioned it.
Damn. He like.
That's how we doing it.
Then I picked up these that I've been wanting for a while, and then I got the.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Killer.
I wish I could have kept those. I wish. They hurt bad.
So the funny thing is, I went to SneakerCon in LA, and Danny, Caramel Wonder, he had these, and I was like, "Wait, they come in my size?"
We don't speak her name, by the way. Go ahead.
Huh?
We don't speak her name, by the way. Go ahead. I'll just mess with her. Go ahead.
And so, I ended up ordering them a few times, and the order was canceled, and I was able to pick these up for real cheap. And then, but it was. All of this, I wish I would have kept one original the way they came. But the midsole and everything was unglued. It was like separating. This had to be repainted. And I have a guy at the shop that does restorations. That's actually another service that we do.
Damn.
See, look at that. That's the thing. I mean, damn, you buy people groceries too? Sure. I mean, put it all out there, Nicole.
So yeah, we do offer restoration.
Well, hold up. I didn't know that we talked, but I didn't know it was an in-shop thing. I thought this was just like on.
So we flirted around with a few different restorers.
Yeah. And
the one that we work with now, he's pretty decent time-wise, money, and his work is really, really good. So nice. His business has really, really is definitely popping.
Okay, I got you.
And the last ones that everybody's been fussing about is still laced.
Okay.
Unlaced.
Mine are right here.
Yeah, Marcus, we want to see him. Me and Kev salty.
Marcus, are you keeping them?
Yeah.
Why do you sound all disappointed? He sound like he just got punished.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's getting to a point now where it's hard to let go of shoes. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep them. And Nicole, since you came on here Sunday, I already got the BB too. So,
Whatever.
That's funny.
I'm only
Mark-
missing 3 of them.
He
No, I ain't got nothing.
He-
I didn't pick them up.
Wait,
Actually didn't
huh?
pick up anything either.
Oh,
I just
I
picked
didn't
up. I
pick
just
I
picked
got
up something
something
about
on
2
the
minutes
way.
ago.
oh.
What was that?
Oh, those shoes you just sent?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had the red Charles Barkley Air Force Max. I think it's 2. The red pair. I got.
Oh,
the,
for real?
The one, yeah, the second pair. So I was like, let me go ahead and get these. But they're under $100.
Oh, I missed that.
They dope, man.
I'm gonna have to take a. We'll talk offline.
Yes.
I only got one pickup. I totally forgot scrambling. I just got the vintage '77 Blazers, white with the black swoosh.
Okay.
Nice.
I was gonna get the slam pair with the upside down swoosh on the inside, but it was a $300 and some odd difference, so it's not that serious.
That's another couple pair of shoes and a half.
Yeah, I said I'm good. So I can't get the Blazers, so I'm good.
Marcus, you ready to rock? Oh, go ahead.
What's up? Go ahead, Nicole.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
No, Berto said that those are the poor man off-whites.
They are, yeah. That exactly. That's exactly. I can't, Berto. I can't afford the original Blazers, so I had to dumb it down big time.
You have them.
No, I don't. Not the original. The
Oh.
white
You
and
got
black
the
ones?
Halloween ones, right?
Yeah, they're much cheaper than the original by like
Oh, yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
I can't, Berto did have a pair in shop, but I'm not gonna say no names. His part-time employee took them away from me. I'm not gonna speak on that. That's all I got.
Devs.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the weekly releases.
Wow.
First off, we got the Nike Joyride, Flyknit, Sunset. Have any of you guys tried any of the Joyrides? Anybody
No.
try them all?
No.
But I know
Nope.
Forrest. Forrest has I think he's got a comparison between those and the Yeezy Boost. If you guys want to check him out, he got kicks.
He got a video. Okay.
I'd like to try him just to see. I don't really care for the look.
Yeah, I don't like the look of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the technology.
I like the first pair that came out, but
Yeah.
I don't really like those. But yeah, it's 2 pairs. They're both releasing on August 29th, the pink pair and then the blue pair.
We're not gonna talk
Also
about
on
the
August
Rocket Chair
29th,
8s.
you've got the Air Max. Those came out already.
Oh, did
Yeah,
they?
Those dropped.
they came.
Over the weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
they dropped over.
We're all women.
Yep.
They should
Yep.
drop the regular ones in all.
See,
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
see sneakers like this, all I'm thinking about is the cleaning and how I feel like they're going to bleed into the suede.
Yeah, to the midsole.
Either into the midsole or to the other.
Or cross
other
between. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's why we bring it to you, a professional who.
So if you mess it up, you can get us a new pair. No,
I've only had 1 pair of shoes to bleed.
I'm making a statement.
My whole life, I've only had 1 pair of shoes to bleed, and that's the gray toe 13.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh.
Sean
Go ahead.
G617. He said y'all should post on IG a certain shoe or whatever that drops that Saturday and tell us if y'all doing pre-orders or not. And he also said that he wanted a job there next summer too. So Sean G617. I'm just relaying messages because she can't see it.
This ain't no we ain't taking no resumes and shit.
Right.
Hey, I'm just trying
Wait,
to
hold up now. You might hold up now.
Trying to
The
help.
kid's offering some work.
Hey,
Don't shut it down.
My son,
Work for
I tried to
free?
get him to work. Shoot.
Wait, did you say work for free? Lord Jesus,
Gratis?
your poor son.
Hey.
All right, then we got a women's Shock Enigma Hyper Crimson coming
You
out.
call me?
I don't know why we're bringing out the Shocks. But,
Why we?
We don't
I
have
don't
to-
think I
the filthy artists. Appreciate the $5 dono.
He said,
He said, "Hey, keep it up with the great guest choice and topics."
Appreciate you, Mel.
all right, then we got the Nike Alpha Dunk of
Ooh.
Death.
That looks like death.
Oven
Also
mitts with a
contender-
wonderful midsole.
Wait, hold up.
Shoe of the year.
Hold up. The air pocket is just straight front and the back is nothing? Yo, that is.
That's oh. They're walking their tippy toe.
Yeah, I'm about to say ballerina shoes.
Dudes that run around on their tiptoes.
Oh my God. Skip that.
We can't be shitting on these shoes because somebody in the chat want these. So
listen, to each his own. You know, I mean,
I would hoop in them if somebody sent them, but like, I'm not gonna go out and buy them. I saw a couple colorways that weren't horrible.
The shoes.
Then we got the Adidas Done One Iron Spider. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to be.
This isn't as bad as the other ones, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Horrible.
All right, so let's go ahead and skip all of them. On the 31st of August, we got the Nike Air Max 97 Sunburst. Not bad. I don't like that spinning wheel on the side. Ready to take that off.
Yeah, the little those Nike swooshes.
Yeah, it's a bunch of swooshes on there.
It's a bunch of swastikas. Two of them together.
Outside of that, the shoe is dope. I like the shoe. I just don't like that. Whatever.
You're not picking them up?
Material on that.
Probably not. I mean, maybe when they go on sale.
I said, what was the material? It looked like it was suede.
It did.
I don't think it was suede. Let me go back. Well, let me see.
On that blue, if that is
made out of corduroy pants pockets.
No, they look like it's got some little dots. That's not suede. It look like I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be some type of reptile or something. But then you also got the Air Max Plus Sunburst coming out. This one's not too bad, but it still got that damn Ferris wheel on the side.
Oh, man. Okay, so clearly Sunburst is a
1976 Olympics. Did it have the Olympics that year?
I don't know, Kev. None of us were born at that time.
True.
True. Wait. Yes. I was about to say, you were.
Hey, stay lying.
Y'all wasn't supposed to catch that.
Almost didn't for a second. I was like,
what you talking about? Nicole was around too.
He calling you old, Nicole?
I see. I hear him.
That's why.
Then we got the Jordan 10. We got the Jordan 10 Desert Camo. I've been hearing good things about this shoe. I'm not feeling it, but
what you hear good? They're good for hunting.
I mean, a couple of the reviews I saw that were pretty good about. Foamer said he liked them. Somebody else had them earlier, and they said they liked them as well.
Right? What's the? But you know though, I guess. But look at the Supremes, the fives, right? That was camo.
Yeah, but it had Supreme on
but it's
it.
but it was
five.
Yeah, that too. Plus, I'm not a fan of 10s. I think that's more of what my issue is.
Really, I love 10s. They're super
there's some just. I don't
and
know.
then we're gonna get of the weekend.
The one that Marcus is picking up for me. Thank you, sir.
This shoe is about to be a problem.
Yep.
The Jordan 1 Retro High Obsidian University Blue. This is going to be a problem. I'm just going to say it. You look at the Foot Locker and Champs and all those maps, and it looks like there's a lot of pairs. There ain't going to be a lot of pairs. It's going to be a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at Kev. Damn, it's flexing Monday.
I can't see, so he must be stunning.
No, yeah, he is. Mm-hmm.
I got mine on lock, so I'm not sweating. I got mine on lock.
You got mine on lock, too?
I know,
I'm working on yours. I got to work on 2 11.5.
I got to work on getting another 12.
This guy.
Oh man.
Oh, is that it?
That's all we got.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, let's jump into this top 5. Let's breeze through that, and then we can get into the topic because we run a little behind.
We good, right?
I'm good.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right.
We run over. We just run over.
For our first topic.
Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button.
For our first topic, we have our top 5 favorite wrestlers, period. Maul's not here, so we'll disregard his.
Oh damn!
I'll just joke.
Damn.
But everybody can announce their own. I'll run through mine real quick, and then we'll just go down. Can you see? You can't see him, can you?
Nicole, you remember your 5, right?
Yeah, I'm going back to look at what I sent. I can see. I have it. I have the PDF.
Oh, there you go. Well, yeah, you'll be able to see it then. Well, I'll go with mine. First, And I think mine was the only one that didn't have Hulk #1, but I went Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior I thought was way better than Hulk because I think he could just break out of anything. He was bananas, man. I mean, you know, wrestling was fake, but it was entertaining. Then I got the Hulk. Then I got Goldberg, man, because he was kind of invincible too. And then I don't know what happened to him where he ended up gone. Next I got the Rock. Rock just got that great personality. I don't like the Under Armour, but you know, we work with it. And then Undertaker. Undertaker, WrestleMania, undefeated. Did he ever lose?
Oh yes.
Didn't he lose the last one?
Like,
I think he lost
recently.
the last one.
Recently,
Yeah, he lost the last one.
But
Yep.
I mean, you know, he had some good fortune, if you will. I think a lot of us had pretty much the same ones.
Mm-hmm.
But
And Goldberg left because he hurt his neck. He had a bad neck injury, so he couldn't wrestle.
Okay. So I figured like he'd have been out there like Hulk out there 80 years old still slamming folks.
Yeah, he was killing it, and then like you said, that spear move caught up to him.
Yeah, that's what fucked him up.
Hawk had a problem with the neck when he got caught with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife on that video.
I'm mad you remember that.
Some of y'all might not know about that though.
Right.
I remember that.
I know about that.
Yeah, no.
That was a big topic on Howard Stern, so yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was something on it was on Gawker or something like that, and then he ended up suing them and got a bunch of money out of them, and they had to shut down.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Mo, you want to go through yours?
Yeah, I think I remember the order. I believe.
How you know how to stream up?
It's on the screen, man. It's on the screen.
You know, but it's behind. Like on mine, what I'm looking at,
It should all be up. It should all be up. Everybody's got their name next to
Yeah,
theirs.
everybody's on there.
Oh, you know what? For some reason, I must have clicked back, and the joint is still on releases for Marcus. But that's another story. Let's not even put that out there.
Slow. Hey, everybody in the chat, go ahead and drop your favorite wrestlers, ones that we missed. I know there's a lot that we missed. We all kind of had the same. There's some other people that could have went on there. I think I probably would have put JYD. Junkyard Dog when I was a kid.
Yeah.
One of my favorites that just kind of
Tony Atlas.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean I mean even the tag teams. I mean you had the Road Warriors. You had
Demolition. Yep.
There's so many good wrestlers. I mean, and we all know it was fake or whatever, but it was entertaining. And I think that sneakers and wrestling kind of go hand in hand with some of us that like are built like on the nostalgia. You look at basketball, you tie in the shoes to nostalgia, and then wrestling's kind of the same. We wake up and watch wrestling, and they had all that marketing in the 80s that kind of sucked you in. It was wrestling, He-Man, and G.I. Joe.
With a Kung Fu grip.
But Marcus had the G.I. Joes that was like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, mine had clothes. You could take the clothes on and off and shit like that.
Oh yeah, you like that, didn't you?
I mean, yeah, because your cousin had Barbie dolls and shit, so G.I. Joe and Barbie was getting it in.
Destro stayed naked over there.
He said, "Let me get a Barbie doll for Christmas." Why? All these men's hanging out.
Oh man, Cobra Commander. Like Commando in that house, but
since Mo don't want to go through his list, I'm gonna go through mine.
Go ahead.
So, because Hulk Hogan #1, I mean, wrestling is not wrestling without the Hulkster. He made it what it is.
Yeah.
The only thing about him, man, real quick story, that I met him in person, and when you see Hulk Hogan on TV, you think he like 7 feet tall, and the dude ain't, but like he ain't that goddamn tall. So I was really disappointed after I met him. I was like, what the fuck? But I was a kid, and that fucked me up as a kid. I was like, that's bullshit. Anyway, so yeah, Hulk Hogan. Stone Cold Steve Austin, actually met him as well. Cool ass dude. The Rock, I mean, he's the best showman ever on the mic in wrestling, period. Nobody can get on the mic like him. Sting was that dude, that high flying guy. I remember Sting coming from the ceiling and shit. I mean, he was just that dude, man. And then the man who gets no love, no respect, but probably the greatest all-around wrestler from the mic to everything he did, HBK Shawn Michaels. I mean, he's a legend. He don't get no love because he was a bad guy, but the dude was the shit. I mean, he beat it
no,
off.
he used to be good though when he was with the Rockers.
He was good. Him and Marty Jannetty, they were good.
Yeah, they were good. And
I mean, he was good. I mean, in D-Generation X, I mean, come on. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
The dude did it all. I mean, he's the man.
Generate X, that's you. Go ahead.
Look at your regular list.
All right, I'm gonna zip through my. I think pretty much the same. Had Hogan number one. I think and again, when people think wrestling, I think he's just the person, at least our generation, who comes to mind first. And then for me, you got Ric Flair. Like, ladies, I mean, he wasn't just acting. Like, this man, this was how he was. Like, he had a 30 for 30 on his life. And I mean, this dude was wild. And if you haven't checked out that 30 for 30, check it out. 2 hours. I mean, it was good. But I mean, the way he was in the ring was how he was in life. He was just flamboyant and just you couldn't say shit about him. So for me, I had to go with Flair. 3, we're going to go, I went Ultimate Warrior because, I mean, just the energy that he had when he would come into the ring, it was just like he was about to blow it up.
He was running 100 miles an hour.
I mean, I'm about to
he had a rail. He just came through.
Turnbuckle.
He hit the rail and then bam.
He used to look like some niggas was chasing his ass away.
He was on that booger sugar.
I'm about to say that. We ain't gonna go there, but I was about to
Allegedly.
say he definitely. No, there ain't no alleged. He said it, but yeah, he said it. So yeah, he had that energy. Then of course, I had Undertaker. WrestleMania. I mean, up until I think like it was last year, he just undefeated. I think it was 19-0 or 20-0 or something like that.
Shalako said we don't know what the hell we talking about. He's saying he been lost, but when did we ever listen to Shalako? But anyway, go ahead.
I think he'd been lost. He ain't been in that, man. Undertaker, he only lost one, and it was the last one.
I think he lost in the. I'm talking about in WrestleMania. I think he only lost
WrestleMania. Right.
WrestleMania. He was.
Yeah, he was undefeated
for the longest time, and then, but there's definitely matches that he lost, but I'm just talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but Shalako said he lost WrestleMania before. So I don't know.
No, man, pull that up. You can go to Wikipedia right now and then type that in. It was his last one. It was his last one.
You know I like.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm about to say Petty LaBelle over there. And then
show your throat to you.
And then last I had on Shawn Michaels. He just like Marcus said, he's got longevity. He went good, bad, tag team. He just did it all. So those are my top 5. We're gonna kick it over to Nicole.
I fell asleep for a second.
Damn!
Somebody kill her mic, please.
I'm not really into sports like that, but so the list that I came up with.
Oh yeah, let's hear your list.
Which you didn't know was I asked my customers at the store.
I was like, you said Harlem Heat. I was like, who like Harlem Heat?
Who would put them in your top 5? I said Harlem Heat.
Nicole, you talking about wrestling, not a male review.
And them
I had to put them in there because they were black. I was like, wait, I had to put them in here.
Booker T looking like Busta Rhymes. Here you go. Okay, whoever. Well, first of all, before you continue, slap that customer. Slap that customer. Don't let him shop there no more. But anyway, go ahead, do your thing. Let's hear your list.
But definitely Hawk was like my number 1, so that one was me. Okay. Like a little bit of credit.
You copped that one.
Macho Man, of course. I think for him, he was much more of an entertainer for me. So I was that kid that was forced to. I was the youngest, so I had to watch sports. Okay. But not because I wanted to. Because my brother had the remote control. So I always remember that. And then Andre the Giant, I just like it because to me, he was like an undercard. You know what I mean? He was just nobody liked him. He wasn't all that great. He wasn't really entertaining. So I liked him for that.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. And then we just said about Booker T, of course. And then Jake the Snake. So this is the footage society for the customers there at that time.
So which picks were yours? Just Hogan?
Yeah.
That is funny. Like Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, it was cool that he come out and put the snake on you, but like can tell he looked like a straight up alcoholic. Like he just got done.
He did actually.
Y'all know y'all was trying to DDT every nigga you knew. You know it.
No, you used to like bring out like a blanket and then put it on somebody. Like now you got a snake on you.
He right, the DDT though. That I was trying to DDT people playing around.
That was the move.
Now Mike be trying to put a snake on people for real. Let's talk. Hella said Lesnar beat Undertaker, so I think that was the one that he lost. Lesnar beat Undertaker.
Right. I don't know what the hell Flacco was talking about.
That might be it. Word said the Bushwhackers.
I forgot about that.
Said Four Horsemen.
Oh yeah.
Flashy said Slick. He was a sucker, man. I hated that dude.
Who?
Slick. You remember Slick?
Eddie Guerrero?
Yes.
No. Slick. He was the black dude with the Jerry curl. You have to look him up, man. He had a Jerry curl. Where it said Rey Mysterio. Razor Ramon was dope.
Razor Ramon. He was him and Kevin Nash.
Yep. Slick Nick said Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, he was dope. He used to do that cartwheel.
Yeah. Forgot about him.
Let's see here. So yeah, he said people did grow up in different wrestling areas, and that's definitely evident. I mean, mine are more. Well, I mixed it up a little bit. I put
you mixed it up.
And Rock in there, but I probably could have went with an all old. Nobody said Coco Beware. Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors, aka Legion of Doom. They're my favorite tag team. We kind of talked about that earlier. Stone Cold. I think he's Stone Cold.
Yeah, he's on there.
Yeah, he's in there.
Marcus had him.
Tanaka. I thought it was Tanaka. He said he's got Tatanka.
Oh, Tatanka. Yeah, the Native American guy.
Yeah.
Tatanka. Yep.
George the Animal Steel. The one that had the he always had like a colored tongue. Let's see here. Macho Man.
No, the hairy dude.
Yeah. Let's see here. And I think
Mo probably was a big fan of Rikishi.
You like Yokozuna? Oh yeah, that's the one. He put that
stink face.
Yeah, he put that.
Mo wanted to be stink face.
Oh man, he said, "Oh man, that's the only way you can get ass back then." No.
Oh man.
Yeah. Goldberg was definitely up there, but let's go.
Okay, we done bored Nicole to death.
Yeah, let's go into topics.
Uh-oh.
We lost Nicole. He was like, I'm sick of this wrestling shit.
She back.
Is that your way of telling us you're sick of us talking about wrestling, Nicole?
All right. Enough of wrestling. We're gonna go to our first topic about Nike supposedly paying kids in the EYBL to end up being their sponsors. I think I didn't see what the numbers were, but they were saying that was it DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah,
they were paying him before he got out, and he ended up going with Puma anyway. And then also you have Zion, and I wonder if he went to Jordan just to kind of diffuse that and make it look a little different. I don't know if that played a part, because I know it was a Michael Avenatti, the same guy that was Stormy Daniels' attorney.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got in trouble for extortion, right?
To Nike.
Yeah, to Nike. So he's throwing all these things out there, and who's to say what's right, what's wrong? Nike said they're going to work with the officials to see, if whatever they're going to do or whatever, or if they have anything. But what are your thoughts on companies like paying these kids if they're doing that? We'll go with that point. Like, what do you guys think about not pro athletes getting paid?
I don't see a problem with it. I hate how the NCAA has all these rules and regulations against that, and they make so much damn money off of these kids coming there. I mean, of course they spend the money for them to come to the institution, but at the same time, they make so much more money off of ticket sales to come watch these guys play. I'm sure Duke did awesome numbers this year with Zion. I mean, they do every year. They sell out every game. So, I mean, for all these kids to be playing, basically, they're playing for their education, but we all know at the end of the day, they're playing for their future. So why not pay them, for the talents that they're using to bring more money into your institution? I don't have a problem with it. They should be paying these kids.
Agree. I feel the same way. I mean, they're making millions off of their talent, and you know, and I get tired of people saying, well, you're getting a scholarship, so that's your payment. It really isn't, right? I mean, you know, you figure 4-year school, if you're going to like Duke is what, maybe, I think it's what, 70,000 a year, and they're only there for 1 year. So, you know, they're getting paid 100,000 or something, you know, as far as like under the table money versus the 70,000. I mean, it just doesn't even out, you know? So, I mean, to sit here and say the scholarship is their payment, it's easy for us on the outside looking in to make that statement. But in reality, I mean, the hours and time that's being put into, I mean, you figure they're, and granted, and I can't say this because I'm not an athlete, you know, I'm sure their schedules aren't too rigorous, but they're still taking a full course load. On top of that, they still have to do practice. They still have to hit the gym. They still have to do all this other stuff, you know, so they're working twice as hard as these regular students. You know, why shouldn't they be compensated? You know, I just don't feel that saying that a scholarship is enough to compensate what they're going through. They're the ones beating up their bodies. Right. You know, if they blow out their knee and they can't play, they have nothing.
Insurance policy.
Right. Exactly.
It's costly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these kids come from homes where they don't have, you know, a lot of money, where, you know, you got some of these kids that go to college that their parents are well off. They can afford to have, you know, a kid's driving around in a Lexus or a Mercedes, but you got this kid that's bringing in all this money to the university that he's not able to afford that. He's not able to afford new shoes or anything like that. Right. And, you know, we're not going to let them, you know, live off of what they're doing. These universities, they, first of all, they make them go for a certain amount of time. I think football is 2 years, basketball is 1 year. Mm-hmm. So if they're making you go and you're not going to graduate anyway, you're just going to go to the league. I mean, even if you aren't, you should still be able to make money. As long as the university is making money off of you, then I think that you should be able to recoup some of that money. And if I guess you can't like just pinpoint one person, then they should make it so it's a collective. So if there's a bunch of jerseys that go on sale, like I know Ohio State, every year the jersey that sells the most is whoever the best player is, and that for some reason that number is always available. So that's the number that they pick for people to be able to purchase. So I think that, you know, that money should go into a pot where these kids get to get a certain amount of the proceeds from that.
Right. So I see Shalako said it's on them. It's up to the individual to say they actually want an education. Sports is not forever, but that degree and life after sports is. You know, and I hear what you're saying. You know, I definitely agree. I mean, a degree doesn't necessarily equate to success, right? I mean, I know people who have degrees and they ain't doing shit. Let's be realistic. Right. And I know people who don't. I mean, look at Mark Zuckerberg. He has no degree, and this man is a billionaire. So, I mean, I don't think the degree necessarily dictates, you know, success or long-term success or things of that nature. I do think that one thing that should be done, which I'm glad they're probably going back to, is you can bypass going to college, you know, because let's be realistic. People like Zion Williamson, they're not going to college because they want the education, right? They're going there because they're being forced to have to go to there because the NBA won't let them, or NCAA, I forgot which one it was, or both. So it's going to go back to that. It's just like people saying you can be 18 to enlist in the service, but you're telling me I have to spend a year in college before I can go to the pros. I mean, that's backwards. You got, you know, men and women putting their lives on the line, and they can do that at 18, but I can't go, you know, make millions off my talent immediately. Right. I mean, that doesn't add up.
Shalako said that, you know, we all have choices that could go overseas, but what if your family's here? You know, like what if you have, like, you're 18, maybe you have a child. Do you want to go overseas and leave that child behind, and then you're sending money back, and you're not able to be in that child's life? So I think that.
And how much money they're not even making any real money when they go overseas.
They make decent money, but what if you get injured? What if you get injured? Like Brandon Jennings, right? He was, I think he was the first one to bypass that whole I'm going to go overseas, and then look at him. Like he just did not. I mean, he wasn't a bad player. But, you know, the level of talent just wasn't the same.
Competition isn't there. I mean, and you play with, you play like who you play with. You're going to play better with better competition. If you're able to, you know, have the best facilities and you have the best trainers, then your body's going to withstand you know, a longer wear and tear for the most part, typically. But you know,
Nicole, can you? Sorry, you can hear us, Nicole, right?
I can hear you guys. I'm just on my
Okay.
cell phone. For some reason, it dropped me. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
so what do you think about
Go
it?
ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
What do I think?
Yeah, what do you think about?
I
ahead.
didn't catch the whole thing because I was trying to figure out. Yeah.
We're talking about. Oh no, you're good. So we're talking about how it was speculated that Nike's been paying some of these players to attend Nike universities such as Duke. For the most part, they've been squeaky clean. So I guess the question becomes, you know, what do you think about that? And as far as these college athletes being paid by the brands or whoever to play in college.
No, I mean, I get a little bit funky how you guys were talking earlier also in regards to, like, you know, just because you're going to school, it's not, you know, going into college, that doesn't necessarily guarantee anything. I do think that the concept also of, but I do like the fact of that encouragement to go to school, right? To get a higher education. So I'm kind of on the fence with both of those. But why not? Why not cross promote with the universities? If that's, you know, if they're all automatically, that's okay, Bobby. If they are, they're already working, why not cross promote? Why not there might be people that get into those universities that might not have been able to.
Right. These guys are taking the spot away from somebody at that university, and maybe they wouldn't be playing sports. But it's, you know, you only have a limited amount of enrollment, and like Alexander said, once they get rid of the rule that you have to go to college or, you know, whatever, then a lot of these talented kids, like, I mean, everybody's not going to go directly from high school to pro. You're not going to have that, but there are some certain talents that will be able to do that. Zion could have went and played in the NBA right away. I think so. You know, a lot of these guys.
What's the most we've ever seen come straight out of high school and go to college in one season? Maybe 5 or 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You mean bypassing? Yeah, it's been a while. But it maybe 5 or 6 high school players came out and went straight to the league in one season. I mean, you're not going to have a year where you may have 3 or 4 players every year that can go straight from high school to pro. Right.
That's it. So it's not going to hurt the NCAA. I mean, of course, it's going to hurt if a player like Zion won't go to NCAA and he goes straight to the NBA. Yeah, that's going to hurt a little bit, but they're still going to bring in the same revenue. They're not going to lose any dollars by these players going straight to the NBA. They're not going to lose any money at all.
I can see that too.
Duke, North Carolina, all of these schools, Ohio State, they're going to continuously sell out games. They're going to continuously sell out merchandise. Even when they're not good, they're going to continuously sell out these games and the merchandise, period.
Right. And that's true. I mean, I think realistically, because, you know, I know they supposedly took the rule away for 2 reasons, right? I think they were saying that on one hand, NCAA swore they were losing money from these top prospects. And then I know at the time the NBA was complaining that you had some of these kids who were coming in. Not everybody's a LeBron James. They're coming in and then they're bottoming out pretty quick. So, you know, if maybe there's some type of way to test to see what your skill set is, if you're ready, NBA ready or not. I don't know what the answer is, but I think that, you know, they definitely need to get rid of that one and done, because I didn't even think about that. You're taking up the spot of somebody who really wants to be there versus somebody who's just doing it to use it as a platform to get to where they want to get to.
Right. And these kids go through a lot more wear and tear than they used to, because these kids are playing basketball year round. Like when we were growing up, we played basketball, we played baseball, we played football, and it changed like the amount of the activity that you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're playing basketball. Well, your muscles are gonna get used to that, you know, how you're playing basketball, and eventually they start breaking down because you don't give them a break or anything like that. So, I mean, you know, Shalico saying, right. Shalico says that. Let's see here. What, back in the 80s and 90s, guys stayed in college 3 to 4 years. These kids
that's not true.
These kids are built differently, though. These kids.
But man, that's not true though. Kev, Magic came out. Michael came out. These guys came out. These guys didn't stay and play 4 years. I don't know what's up.
Well, how many did Jordan play? What, 2?
2.
2.
Okay, 2.
Magic played 77 through 79. I think Michael definitely played 2 years. He left his sophomore year, after his sophomore year. These guys did not play for 4 years. Now, if you want to go back to, back even before that, a lot of guys.
Bob Cousy.
Yeah.
Them shorts with the built-in belt. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I know, Shalico, I'm going to say you're wrong.
Definitely wrong.
I'm going to say you're wrong today, man. But we are more than welcome to chop it up. We can go live and talk about basketball. But anyways, let's we good with this one? We want to talk about the breach real quick.
Even Whoop only played 2 years. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Y'all want to talk?
Yeah, we can.
We could just.
What we talking about?
Yeah, we can mention it. Let's mention it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, apparently, that's why was it Maul's account got hacked, right?
Yeah.
His Kyrie account or something like that.
Several times.
So do we want to hold that till he's on?
Yeah, well, we just throw this out there. Apparently, StockX may or may not have had a second breach past the one that we talked about a couple weeks ago. So make sure you guys are checking your StockX accounts to make sure that you're not buying shoes. I did see on Talking Kicks, I don't know if it was, I think it was OG. Where
Cadillac.
It was Cadillac. Okay, it was Cadillac.
Yeah.
Where his address got changed and someone tried to buy some Yeezys and send them to that address. I think the address was somewhere in Michigan, and he had a problem trying to dispute it with PayPal. And but his bank is taking care of it. So you guys make sure you guys check that out. I did reach out to a correspondent at StockX, and they are aware of the issue and working on it. But
your information.
I can't really say anything else about it. But yeah,
I think
if you guys just come to Footage Society, y'all won't have that.
You're right. You're right, because
exactly.
if it's fraudulent charges, we're gonna know exactly who to come to. You.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow Footage Society as well as Rican Power Girl. Yeah.
Rican Power Girl.
Real quick, and we can, like I said, we'll probably
recant my statement. Jordan did play 3 years. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Mo.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, just to touch on that, and I'm not gonna get too deep into it. If you're, and I mentioned this before, if you got your cards tied to StockX, don't tie your debit cards to it. Tie your credit cards to it instead, because banks will sit here and they will reverse the charges a lot faster on credit cards because it's their money versus if it's a debit card. Because I've been in that situation before. I'm actually going through something right now with eBay. That's another one that we can get on, but yeah, just tie your credit cards. You don't want to have any issues where your stuff's breached and they take money out your account. All right, I'm good.
Okay, and that's we're going to the hashtag hero screen.
Shout out to Chef Cooks for the $5 dono. Appreciate that, brother. Nothing but support. Always appreciate that. Hey, you guys make sure you guys go ahead and check out Chef Cooks. If you guys are looking to get out of the rat race, I'm on the new releases. They got a bot for
that. Anyways, this is where we shut it down here. Shout out to Miss DMV Soul, Mr. Kicks Connoisseur, D Reynolds 79, Flashy Flash for the donations last week. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow them on the gram. Appreciate that. And that's what I got. Oh, we'll do the hashtag hero on the way out like we always do. But we'll get into our goodbyes. We were a little bit over. Apologies for that. But definitely want to Nicole, thank you for coming through and spending some time with us.
No, thank you. It was definitely an honor to be on. I really appreciate it. I don't really do these much, so definitely thank you so much. I did want to give out a giveaway, which Marcus and I talked about.
Did you get your question?
Right. So I could do that on the spot. So I want to give out a $50 gift card To those that are listening, it can't be if my family's on, they can't answer the questions. If shout out to my dad. No, I'm joking, he's not on. But yeah. So the question would be, and I guess this would be if you were kind of listening from the start. What month and year did Footage Society start? So the first person that has that question.
Yeah, answer that in the chat.
You can use it online. You can use it for any products in the shop.
Nice.
All right, so go ahead.
All right, y'all hear that? What month and year did Footage Society start? The first one to answer that question, $50.
Can I get in this?
No.
You said family. Last I checked, I was in Puerto Rican, so am I good?
No, you think of family.
Hey, shout out to Flashy Flash for the $10 dono. Appreciate that, bro.
Come on, y'all. I don't see nobody typing.
I know, right? Come on, I know this. Shit, I've been talking.
She got great prices at the store for real. So that $50 will go a long way.
Lars said
Lars Young with the
11-14.
first answer. You said 11-14.
Nope.
Are you done if after one guess and you miss?
He can
keep
guessing.
Okay.
Laura's gonna be in there typing 12-14.
Yeah.
9-14.
I know one thing. One of y'all motherfuckers better get this quick.
What is it? October what?
2015.
Yes.
Boom. Big boy wins.
There it is.
So
nice.
he can.
Thank you for a message.
He could DM, or you could DM him, or vice versa.
I'm his manager. Just cash at me. I'll make sure he gets it. And if he says he don't, he lied.
That's Lars Young?
No.
See the chat.
It was Big Boy Sneaks 43. Big BOI Sneaks. We'll shoot it. We'll give it to you.
Okay.
Hey.
But yes, thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
No, thank you for coming on. We enjoyed it.
What is going on with all these super chats?
They coming on it then? Oh yeah.
I think we got hacked. But I don't know. Shout out to Flashy Flash, Chef Cooks, Mr. Kicks Connoisseur, everybody who donating in the super chat. I don't know. I think it's messing up. I think it's a glitch. I don't think everybody. Yeah, that's an old one. I don't know. It's messing up. Anyways, let me get off of this screen. All right, there we go. I don't know why it keeps coming through. It's like something messed up. Anyways, let's go say our goodbyes.
I'll Nicole, go ahead and start.
Oh,
Ladies first.
I said goodbye, no?
Oh, that was your goodbye? Oh, okay. I apologize. No. Listen, say goodbye, plug the store.
Thank you. Huh?
Plug the store. What's the address?
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, so follow the store, my shop, Footage Society, and all of the social media. We are on Snapchat as well. And my personal page, I kind of keep it private and small, but it's Rican Power Girl.
Okay, make sure
if you are in the area, if you're coming down for a sneaker con, definitely stop by the shop. Again, you're not required to buy anything. Just stop by, see us, hang out with us. Yeah. So. Oh, and we will be vending at SneakerCon. So we will be there on Saturday. The shop will be closed on Saturday as well. But we will be at SneakerCon. So definitely stop by our table and say hi.
Okay.
Bet.
I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
So shout out. We'll start with Nicole. Thank you for definitely for gracing us with your presence for this hour and 14 minutes. And I'll put it out there, like Nicole said, SneakerCon DC's coming up. We're definitely trying to put some things together. She's been helping me out, so I definitely appreciate her help for that. But make sure, you guys, if you're coming to the area, make sure you guys come out. I actually met Nicole through one of the meetups I hosted. So, I mean, me and her are really cool, good person, good people. So I think it's important that, when you get the opportunity to meet a lot of these people you interact with on Instagram, take advantage of it. You never know the relationships or friendships that'll come from it. So, and this is a prime example. Shout out to the chat. Thank you guys as always for being so supportive of me, the show, tuning in with us. So, without you guys, there is no us. And just to update, things are going pretty good with the app. I know for a while I was saying it and then I just shut up because it wasn't. But I actually got 10 people who are trying to do some testing for me. It looks like probably within the next couple weeks, if not sooner, I should have something that's back out there on Apple. Any Android users, I know eventually it's going to get there, but it's a process. So, and then of course, thanks to you guys, Kev and Marcus, for, always holding me down, Molly, missed you, I know things come up, so miss you tonight and look forward to seeing you all next week.
Perfect.
All right, I will go.
You were cry there for a second, Mo.
Huh?
I thought you was gonna cry there for a second.
Girl, I don't cry. Only 2 things make me cry, and I ain't gonna tell you what they are.
Man, I get teary eyed over certain stuff, and I'm gonna mention one of them here in a second. But let me go ahead and definitely, Nicole, thank you for spending some time with us today. Appreciate all your knowledge, and hopefully, we can have you back on. If you got some time, let us know. We'd definitely love to have you on. Shout outs. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out to the usual suspects. Appreciate everybody who stopped in, chopped it up. You left a thumbs up, you left a thumbs down. We appreciate that regardless. As we always say, if you left a thumbs down, just let us know what we can do different, and we can, make adjustments where we see fit. So for our shout outs here, I've got Big Boy Sneaks 43, Fresh Kicks 3, Rep Milwaukee 414, Miss Kit Kicks, Shaw Fitness, Tattoo Art, Need More Nick, J Soul, Matza, Dominican Koki, I Am Lars Young, Footwork Official, Mr. Kicks Connoisseur, Hella Laced, and I think that's it. Now, one of the things I just did want to mention, and there is a link in the description. One of our own, you guys may know him as a Fineline 1721. Unfortunately, he lost his baby. The baby was born in April, and the baby had some medical issues, and unfortunately, he lost a child. And that's something that hits home to me. Us three, we're fathers, and Nicole, you've got children, and that's one of the hardest things that I think that anybody could ever deal with. So he does have a GoFundMe, and I know a lot of people say, well, go ahead and sell your shoes. Well, he's definitely doing that. There is a link. He's selling shoes to, pay the bills, and I'm sure, the funeral costs and things like that. But you and I all know it's hard to move shoes really fast when you have to, pay for things like that. So we did make a donation to the GoFundMe. If you want to donate a couple dollars, please do so. The GoFundMe is in the link in the description below, as well as if you, say you want to get something out of it, he does have shoes for sale. And then, the proceeds he gets from that will go to, taking care of that. But, as is something, as a father, that kind of spoke to me. I reached out to him to make sure that it was okay to mention it on the show. But, it's something that, I just couldn't imagine going through. So, shout out to him and his family, and prayers with them.
All right, Marcus. So I need to take us home.
Thanks, Nicole, for coming out. It's been a long time coming. We talked about it, and I'm glad we finally had you on. And as Kevin stated, hope to have you back again soon. And everybody go check out the page, the site, all that. She got great prices. I'm always checking her price. She has amazing prices that you're not going to find anywhere else. So go check her out. And it's awesome to have a female with a sneaker store. I mean, that's one of the things that I first noticed about her before we even made contact. So go and support her, show love. I mean, she's in our community. We have to start supporting and showing love to each other. So thank you again, Nicole, for everything that you do. And I mean, we just want to see you grow from here. Usual suspects, we thank you guys for coming out, joining us, and always giving us love, always giving us shout outs every day before the show. We appreciate that. It doesn't go unnoticed. So keep doing that, because it just helps us grow. And the more we grow, the more you grow with us. And again, prayers to Fineline and his family. I mean, I know that's tough what he's going through. I'd have had to bury a child, and that's something I'd never want to do. So we have to keep him in our prayers, try to keep him uplifted, and put our arms around him, whatever he needs, whether it be money or not. We can't judge what somebody's other financial situation is based on what we see from the outside looking in, because we don't know, because you never expect to bury a kid. So let's all try to reach out, look out, and take care of our own family. And with that, much love to everybody, and we'll see y'all next Monday. Peace.
Peace. Here are your hashtag heroes.